This is a Time Factor radio show special. It's
Armageddon, Rise of the Caliphate.
Welcome back to the Time Factor radio show. This is a special on the Caliphate and psychotic Islam.
This
hour
played some pretty
amazing
pieces of
pieces
history.
of history.
I completely,
I've completely forgotten about that.
I forgot
the monologue, but I remember
it's the
only thing that I have ever felt strongly about.
And I
know
that
there
were some that were trying to talk us out of talking about it.
It's weird now because we've been talking about everyone talks about the caliphate every day on every newscast. But at that time, it was impossible to even bring it up. Well, earlier we played the mocking segment, the montage of MSNBC and others, just viciously mocking.
I was told by television executives to stop it. Glenn, you're wrong on this. Everyone is coming for you. Stop it.
You're in that point. I could tell listening back to the audio and hearing the tone of your voice. You're completely frustrated with it, but you're realizing that, look, after everyone attacks you, it's easy to hedge your bets. You double down, triple down, maybe quadruple down.
It was the only time.
I shouldn't say
the only time, guys.
It's not the only time
that I have felt
that it was a
prompting,
but it
was the only time in my career that I have not had the prompting.
I
felt I have been told, do not back down. In fact, the phrase that I remember in my prayers was, fall on your sword.
I remember being on the air
of Fox.
I don't remember that but I do
remember being on Fox and having that image in my darn head. They were just going to absolutely crucify me on this. Fine. I don't know because it hasn't worked out this way. I thought at the time,
this is right.
This is right.
And maybe
what's going to happen is
this is going
to give me credibility because I lost all my credibility and crucify me on this. So I was a nut job for this. Maybe this is going to give me credibility.
Well, that hasn't
happened.
Nobody is. I mean,
seriously. Let's say this. If I were listening to somebody else
and I had mocked them
this hard, and quite honestly, as right as I've been on major things, Crash 2008, I told you when Bear Stearns came, I was wrong at the time.
And I said, it's Bear
Stearns. It's going to be
Bear Stearns. That's it.
And when it passed,
I felt like I had
lost all my credibility.
Then later that summer, I realized, no,
that's not it. It's something else. I remember to talk and said,
I have a really very
tasteful set of mind here.
Something really bad is coming. And I was warning. Don't talk about John McCain
and the war. Because trust me, when the time of election comes,
and nothing is going
to be said except for
the collapse
of the economy.
And that's exactly
what happens.
Nobody came and asked me any questions. Now the caliphate, nobody's coming to ask me any questions. The reason why we're doing this today is because why? If you noticed, we are always ahead of the curve.
We don't have everything right. I was talking about the caliphate was being started in the Muslim Brotherhood. It wasn't started by the Muslim Brotherhood. No, but the concept of the Middle East now decaying and everything that we have done to destabilize the region that made it right for a caliphate is absolutely right.
So I'm not necessarily right on all the details of the timing or anything else. I don't know anybody else
is.
But I will tell you I'm good on the direction. And I'm telling you right now, today, that we are at the beginning of a global war unlike anything you've ever seen in your lifetime,
unless you're old enough to remember World War II. And like my dad says, gosh, we're in a war zone, that is.
Unlike anything we've ever seen,
coupled with this economic disasters coming our way, and fascism through psychotic Islamic radicals, and quite honestly, psychotic fascists overseas in Europe, and especially for Russia, and fascist light, if you will, in places like the United States. People on both left and the right will seize power. I tell you right now, I will warning you, there will be Republicans and Democrats
that we'll
be saying we got to go to war right now. We will not be able to tell you about the things we will tell you next hour.
They will not
They will not be able to explain what these people
really
think, what their desires really are. They will not be able to tell you about the fascists that are now 100 feet away from the presidency in Russia.
They will not be
They
able
will
to
not be able to tell you about that, all this.
They won't even
They would
take that
take that into consideration.
And they also
And they
will
also
not talk to you
not
about
talk
how
about
fragile our society is. Our culture is very
sick.
The reason
The
why
reason why I'm telling you is this, is because you have to take all of this into consideration.
Who will
we be at the end of this war?
If I would have
If I would have told you
what the
what the Patriot Act was really going to set off
in
in 2001,
if I said
if I said to you,
what
what will we look like
in
if it's 2015?
None
None of us would have guessed
Yeah,
of
none of us
this.
would have supported it. Even the guy who authored it doesn't support it. Correct.
Thank you. Forget about just the Patriot Act.
Everything,
Everything else does change.
If I describe
what is happening in our country right now in a war, they would have said I was a madman. I'm telling you, more change is coming, and it is going to be much more rapid because why? Of the global warming.
Back in a second.
Back in a second.
ISIS is taking over more land.
This is not a new group, ISIS.
A special presentation from the Glenn
Becker Radio Show.
The terror group ISIS savagely murdered.
ISIS savagely killing people.
This is Armageddon, Rise of the Caliphate, the Blaze Radio Network.